So, welcome everyone to the Tuesday yoga class. Ah, So, settle down, find that comfortable seat, and then come into your body, into your space, and take a deep breath in and sigh it out. And one more deep breath and let it go. And make sure your volume's turned up on your computer or your iPad. Now just settle down through the sits bones, sitting bones, down through the feet and the legs. And let the breath just come and go. One of the intentions for your practice should be to take care of yourself. Be mindful. All right, so come to that upright seat, draw the shoulders back, take the top of the head up toward the ceiling. Let's begin by bringing the arms wide with the palms down toward the floor. Reaching as you draw the arms in toward the shoulders. And then let the fingertips float up toward the ceiling, pressing out through the heels of the hands. Strong through the arms, straight. And then the palms come down toward the floor and into fists, or bring the fingers and thumbs together, turning everything down toward the floor. And then open the fingers wide and turn the palms up toward the ceiling. Press the pinky fingers up toward the ceiling. Still strong through the arms, reaching wide. And on your next inhale, let the hands float up toward the ceiling. You can bring the hands together, but only if that's good for your shoulders. And now turn the palms out, exhaling the hands and arms down. Yeah, take a breath. Notice the sensations in the arms. And then turn the palms to the ceiling. Inhale the hands up. Exhaling, palms out and down. And inhaling and exhaling. And bring the hands in onto the thighs. And on your next inhale, lift the shoulders up toward the ears and take the shoulders back and down. Gently move the head. And then release and bring the shoulders up toward the ears. Draw them back and down. And let that one go. And one more time, drawing the shoulders up and back. Let them drop down. Hold them back as you move the chest toward the top of the mat. And release. All good. And you can bicycle the shoulders, one forward, the other back, and then the other way. Bring the left hand across to the outside of that right thigh and that gentle twist to the right. Let the shoulders go. Inhaling, come to the front and twist to the left. Inhaling, coming back to the front. And we'll twist to the right. This time, if you choose, you can extend the right arm. And coming back to the front. And exhaling, that twist to the left. Maybe a little deeper with the arm extended. And inhaling, coming back to the front. Yeah, all good. Let's do some circles. So take the heart toward the top of the mat and the body out to the right. And then round back. Come to the left and up. Adding the breath, exhaling back. And inhaling up. And then come to the left and back. And to the right and up. And when you come to the back, just let the fingers wrap the knees, cup the knees, chin toward the chest. And on your next inhale, keeping the arms relatively straight, just lift the heart, lift the gaze, draw the shoulders back and down. And then exhaling, chin toward the chest, rounding back. And inhaling, everything lifts, gaze drifts upward, and exhaling back. And one more time, coming up, drawing the shoulders back, and exhaling round. And coming back up to that upright seat. Yeah. Extend the right hand out in front, fingers spread, staying tall here. And on your next inhale, let the hand drift up toward the ceiling. And bring the left hand out, arc to your left. And turn the gaze down toward the left hand on the floor. And then bring the gaze back up toward the ceiling. And the right hand comes up, reaching and release. And extending the left hand, lift up tall, and on the inhale, the hand lifts. Bring out the right hand, arc right. And turning the gaze down toward the right hand. Soften the neck and let the gaze come back up toward the extended left hand. And bring the arm back up. And release. Ah, yes. Bring the hands out in front and the palms together, fingers spread wide, and pressing the hands together. Staying tall here, let the shoulders release. And now interlock the fingers, press the palms out toward the top of the mat. And on an inhale, let the hands drift up toward the ceiling, pressing the palms up. Turn the gaze straight ahead and draw the arms back by the ears. And now as you exhale, let the chin come toward the chest, hands come down. Inhaling, shoulders back, hands lift. And the gaze can follow the hands, or you can keep the gaze straight ahead, whichever feels good. Exhaling, chin toward the chest. And one more time, lifting the hands, pressing the palms up. And exhaling round. And turn the palms toward you, release. Yeah, let's do the roll the wrists and do the fingers. Yeah, really good. Okay, coming over onto all fours. And you know that you can do these exercises with the toes curled under or the tops of the feet flat on the mat. Just be stable here in table with the fingers spread wide. That middle finger points up toward the top of the mat. And open the thumbs. So just regular old cat-cow here. As you inhale, lift the gaze straight ahead, draw the elbows toward the center, and as you exhale, let the top of the head go down toward the mat, rounding up. Inhaling, belly drops, gaze lifts, and exhaling, top of the head toward the mat. 2 more rounds, inhaling and exhaling. And coming back to that neutral spine and table. Inhale here, and as you exhale, just move the weight, the hips to the left. Take the gaze past the right shoulder toward the back of the mat. Inhaling, come center, and exhaling, take the gaze to the left. And back to center, exhaling, gaze right. And inhaling, exhaling left. And coming back to center. Good. Extend the right leg with the toes down on the mat. And then soften through the hips. And with that right leg strong, just press back through the heel. And now lift that right foot hip height, extend the left arm. Toes point straight down toward the mat. One more breath. Ooh. And now bring the left hand down and take that right foot out to the right. Keep it lifted. And take it back, hip height. And bring the right knee down. Move here. And now extend the left leg, toes down. And bring the left foot hip height, extending the right arm out in front. Strong through the legs, strong through the arm. One more deep breath. And bring the right hand down. Take the left foot out to the left, keeping it lifted, gazing toward the toes. And bring the foot back, hip height. And release the left knee down to the mat. Ah, yes. And do some circles here. Take the body out to the right and then bring the hips back toward the heels. Let the head dip toward the mat. Then inhale in, take the body left and up. Left and forward, and then to the right and back. And go the other way. Body to the left and back, and to the right and forward. And when the hips are back toward the heels, just open the knees a little wide and walk the hands up toward the top of the mat. Let the head go between the arms, pressing the hands down into the mat. Fingertips grip the mat. Hands are shoulder width apart. And walk the hands off the mat on the right side and take the left hand onto the right. And let the head move toward the right knee. And bring the hands to center and off to the left, right hand on left. Bring the hands back to center. Again, shoulder width. And on your next inhale, bring the body up and forward into knee plank. You can bring the knees a little closer towards center of the mat. Curl the toes. Curl the toes and come into regular plank, full plank. Let the heart soften between the arms, just pressing down into the mat with the hands. And now bring the knees down, lower halfway, and press back up, and lower halfway, and press back up, and lower halfway, and press back up. And the hips come back toward the heels. Bring the hands and arms underneath the head and just rest your head on your arms. Inhaling, come back up into table. And extend the right arm straight out, draw it in toward the shoulder, and then open to your right. And then turn the palm toward the back of the mat. Follow the hand with the eyes as it comes down. Fingertips touch the floor. Hand comes out in front. And inhaling the hand back. Ah, yes. And as you exhale, take that hand down and under, right side of the face to the mat. Reaching through, extending the left hand if you choose, turning the gaze to the ceiling. Bring the left hand under the shoulder, come back up, extend the right arm and open. And exhale, bring the right hand down. Take that breath in table, move gently. And then extend the left arm and open to the left. And now turn the palm toward the back of the mat. Exhaling, bring the hand down to the floor. Extend it out in front, reaching, lift it back up. And as you exhale, sweep that arm down and through. Extending the right arm. And bring the right hand under the shoulder, lifting back up into table. Yeah, curl the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. And work those heels. And then step the feet toward the hands and come into half lift. Hands just below the knees, pressing the belly toward the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the weight forward, forward fold. And with bent knees, press into the mat, round up. And take the arms wide. Take the gaze to the ceiling as the arms lift. And exhale, mountain pose. Good, all right. Let's do our sun salutation A. Inhale and bring the hands up. Exhale, and let's arc right arm down. Inhale up. And exhale, arcing left. Draw the right shoulder back. Inhaling up, arms wide, opening, diving toward the forward fold. Let the head go completely down toward the mat. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, stepping back into plank. And the knees can be on the mat. Take the inhale and now exhale and lower down. And release the toes, come to cobra. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. One more deep breath. And bring the knees down or curl the toes, up and back, downward dog. And now step the feet to the hands. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, fold. Lifting the head long through the spine, arms wide, and then pressed into the mat, coming up. And exhale, mountain pose. Good, yoga flop. Move to lunges and some warrior work. So press down into the mat with the feet and pick the mat up with your toes. Feet are hip width apart. And then lift into your mountain pose. That sensation of pressing the feet down into the mat. Inhaling, bring the hands up. And now exhale into the forward fold. And come to half lift. And exhaling, hands to the mat, step the right foot way back to the back of the mat. 2 lanes for the feet for a high lunge. Just breathe in this lunge. Strong through the back leg. And the right heel or the left heel is ahead of the knee. No further back than under the knee. And get as long as you can here. And you're working for a straight line from the top of the head to the heel of the foot. And if you need blocks under your hands to get that lift, then you can use books or whatever. But keep the right hand on the mat, extend the left arm, and now open to the left. And that back knee can be down if you choose. And now bring the left hand down. You spin the back heel in and down. In order to do that, if your knee is down, you have to lift the knee and then turn that right heel in and down. Now lift the right hand out in front, take it up toward the ceiling, lift into Warrior Two. Bring the right hand behind, and it can take the right hand down to the thigh and slide it down toward the knee as you take the left hand up toward the ceiling. Now straighten the left leg, lifting. And coming back to that warrior two with the bent knee. Press that left knee to the outside. Bring your left elbow down to your left knee. Draw the right shoulder open, lifting. And now let the right arm fall past the ear. Extended side angle. And now bring your right hand down to the mat. Both hands come to the inside of the foot. And you can keep that right heel in and down, and you can come into a bind here if you choose. Left elbow under, right arm over. Release the bind. Bring both hands to the inside of that foot. Come up on your back toes. Bring your right knee down and come into runner stretch. And bring your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Curl the back toes. Back to high lunge. And a big step to the top of the mat. Half lift. Exhale and fold. And then coming back up into mounted pose as we lift and exhale down. Wow, okay. So go where your body tells you you can do it, okay, where you can go. See if we can do that again on the other side. So inhale up and then exhale into the fold. And come to half lift. And now it's the big step back with the left foot. Again, knee down if you choose. You can rest whenever you want. No pain in yoga. And extending the left arm open to the right arm, open to the right. And bringing the right hand down. Spin that back heel in and down. And then take the left arm out in front, lift it up toward the ceiling, come into warrior two. Just pressing through the outside edge of the back foot, keeping that right knee pressing out to the right. Bring the right hand, bring the left hand down to the back leg and lift, Exalted Warrior. And straighten the front leg, reaching. And coming back to Warrior Two. Bring the right elbow down to the bent right knee and left hand to the ceiling. And then let that arm fall, extended side angle. And now coming down to the mat with both hands, keeping the left heel on the mat. Come into the bind if you choose, bringing the right elbow under, left arm over. Release the bind. And coming up on the back toes, you can bring the back knee down for runner stretch. Curl the back toes. Bring the right hand to the outside of the right foot. Back to our high lunge. And then the big step to the top of the mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold. And now with bent knees, arms wide, press into the mat. Exhale, mountain. Okay, yoga flop. So move into chair, which is good for the thighs, right? So inhale the arms up. Exhale into the fold. And now half lift. And as you exhale, bring the fingertips to touch the mat. Hands come out in front. And settle the weight toward the heels of the feet. Reaching the fingers forward. And bring the hands in prayer to the heart. And now bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee and lift the right elbow up toward the ceiling. And bring the hands to center and down to the mat. Let the head go as the hips lift up toward the ceiling. Forward fold. Work the knees and breathe. Inhale, half lift. And again, fingertips to the mat, out into chair. Hands come to prayer at the heart. Bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, lifting the left elbow and the gaze toward the ceiling. And bring the hands to center, down to the mat, and lift the hips to the ceiling, forward fold. And come to half lift. Yeah, take a breath here. And now exhale the hands down to the mat, step both feet back into plank. Take a breath. And then with the knees down or lifted, exhale down to the mat. And now inhale into Cobra, Modified Cobra, or Upward Dog. And come back into table. And just move in table. Ah, yes. So bring the feet around to the front into our seated posture, staying tall. Press the heels away. Point the toes back toward the face. Bring the hands down beside the hips. Fingers point to the top of the mat. And now press into the mat with the hands, keeping the feet and legs strong, and just lighten the weight. Take the weight out of the butt, pressing down. And then release. Bend the knees and come forward into a seated forward fold. Bring the heels in or slide them away, whatever feels good. Let the head go toward the knees. And as an inhale, come back up. And bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Lift up tall. And then exhale and take that fold between the knees or over the extended leg. And inhale up. And bring the left hand to the inside of the straight leg, opening the right shoulder, coming over the left leg. And bring the right hand up and take the right hand down behind the knee off the mat. And then come on to that right knee, press the left toes away and get long here. And now bring the hips back down, lift the right knee toward the ceiling, and you can keep that right foot, to the inside in the center of the mat, or you can cross the foot over to the outside of the left leg. Extend the left arm and bring the elbow to the knee, the other hand behind, and twist to your right. And coming back to center, counter twist now to the left. And back to center, and then release the right leg. And work those legs a little bit. And now bring the left foot to the inside the right thigh. Get tall and fold. And inhaling, come up. Take the right hand to the inside of the right leg and come over the right leg. And inhaling up, bring the left hand down behind the knee and extend, coming on to the left knee. Exhaling, bring the hips down, lift the knee, the foot to the inside or to the outside of the right leg. Extend the right arm, twisting to the left. And come to center. And now counter twist to the right. And coming back to center, release the left foot. Bring the knees or feet about halfway in. Come to balance for Navasana. And if you choose, you can lower down to canoe. And come back to Navasana. One more breath. And now come to cobbler pose, bringing the bottoms of the feet together. Draw the heels in toward the body. Yeah. And now slide the feet away. Butterfly, diamond. Inhale and come up and bring the knees up toward the ceiling. And you can take a breath or two in reverse table if you choose, just bringing the hands behind the hips and lifting. And then exhale the hips down. Bring the hands behind the knees and just ease down onto your back. Ah, yes. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees go wide again and turn the palms up toward the ceiling and just breathe. Bring the knees up toward the ceiling, up to the ceiling. You can leave the left foot on the floor or extend the left leg. Bring the right knee into the chest. Circle those toes. And with the right hand, just take the right knee out to the right. And bring the knee back in. Extend the right foot straight up to the ceiling. Strong through the right heel. Leg is as straight as you can get it. And with the foot flexed, slowly lower your right leg down toward the mat. And point the toes and lift it back up. Flex and lower. Inhaling, lift. And flex and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good, all right. And bring the left knee into the chest. Circle the toes. With the left hand, take the left knee out to the left. And the knee comes back to the ceiling. Extend the left foot straight up, strong through the heel. Leg is straight. And slowly lower the left leg down. Point the toes and lift. And flex and lower. And point and lift. And flex and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Yes. Bring both knees into the chest and gently rock. And the feet come down to the mat, arms come wide. And the feet can be mat width or hip width, or actually the knees and ankles can be together, but let the knees fall to the right and the gaze to the left. Knees to the ceiling. Now knees left, gaze right. And knees back to the ceiling. And extend the legs, arms behind you. Big deep inhale as you stretch everything, reaching. And exhale into Savasana. Just keeping your focus on what you feel, what you sense, your breathing. Little movements, fingers and toes. Bend the elbows, bend the knees. When you're ready, you can come up off the mat into a seated posture. So yes, thank you for practicing with me today, and namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.